RVers. This is Gary and Sharon with Ruff RV Life. We like looking at freedom. Freedom's brought us to Palmdale, Florida, Fisheating Creek. We haven't been here before. We're going to check it out and see what it's like. Right here.
Fisheating Creek State Campground.
Take the next right, then your destination will be on the right. GPS signal lost.
Here we
Your
are.
destination is on the right.
Okay, our tour starts right here. That is a check-in center. Check-in station, gift shops, really nice. This is gated and we do have a gate code, and that is Highway 27 right there. We're going to start with the feature of this. Not the park grill, that's closed. We're here in May off season, and that is the creek. Here you can do rentals and paddle Fisheating Creek right there. They even shuttle you to pick up. Heads up, there are alligators here. That looks like some good alligator water, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Of course, it's Florida.
So once again, we're a little envious of the tent campers, because check out their campsites. They're primitive, but there you go. Site 11. 12 right here on the creek. There are a few off into the woods over here, but just kind of giving you the lay of the land. Kayaker. It's going to be me in a little bit. 14, 15. And we just keep going around. Check out those trees. Beautiful. Site 16. And there's sites. So if we go on straight, there's even more tent sites. We're here in May and the bugs are not bad. But our campsite is a little off the water. And then we'll just follow around. 61, 69, 63. Just calling out some numbers here for you. Tent campers, OMG, right?
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful area. We're up to 66, 67, 68. Knowing what I know about Florida though, I would imagine in the summertime, this is pretty hot and buggy. Okay, we're going to head out to see the other areas of this park. It's not a very big park, but it's a very scenic park, as you can see. And we feel like we have it all to ourselves. There is a bathhouse with laundry facilities here. Over there. This is a Florida Fish and Wildlife Park, but it is run by a concessionaire. So the gift shop and check-in stations right there. They have this nice little water area, place you can walk around. So if you're in an RV, it's recommended you do not go down this first road. We're going to skip it because the only thing down there is that pull-through. You can see that pull-through right there. That is site A9. And there is a cabin up there.
No right turn, low limbs.
Yes. And then we'll go through this first loop, which is A1 to A9. So this is a peek at the park. A9, A4, A1, There's looking straight on. This is what you got tucked up here in the oaks. This is the A loop. A5, A7, and there's that big long pull through, A9. So there's a peek at that cabin. There's F1. So right here is F row. There's F2 with the squirrel getting water. F3, and it goes on down. Now, can we pull in here, or is it one way? We'll do the outside loop first. Let's keep going down F5, F6, F7, where we are. And then you have all these areas over here. These are tenting areas. They all have different names. Bird area. So I guess for groups. So this is definitely a more of a hunting fish camp, because in summertime there's not a lot here, although there is a lake. We'll see that in a minute. But there you go. Over here is a screened-in pavilion, or screened-in, well, that's part of the bathroom. Screened area, there is the bathroom for this area. So we're gonna go catch a couple of these inner loops, but you can basically see what they're like. I do want to point something out as we get to this road right here, though. Right there is the wildlife management area. And it looks like it has a wheelchair accessible path, and I haven't checked that out yet, but I will. But no dogs are allowed there. Okay, so we did the first one. This is the one, B loop here. And you see B1, B3, B5. So it's easier to show you out the right, but the left looks exactly the same, except the tree here and there. B5, B7, B9. As you can see, ample yards. There's another one sticking out there. And then this is F loop. We already are F campsites that we have been by. And we're going to check out this one here, which is a D. Spur, I guess. Again, focusing on the right, there are people out on the left there. So D5, oh, C10, I lied. Looks like, is it C and D? C8. C6, C5's on the other side, and there's some host sites. C4, looks like you do need a golf cart permit, and C2. Again, there were sites on the other side. And then, I think there's one more over there, right? There is that screened-in pavilion, and bathhouse, shower house, and you can see there's the other side that I didn't show you. There are laundry facilities here, if I didn't say that already. And then this is the last little area we'll look at right here. D, D1, D2, D3, D4, and then go to your left if you can. And then we're back over here. We've already done this area, but we're gonna go check out the campsites at the lake. There is a lake here and you can swim in it. Beware of potholes on this road though. We're gonna go to the right up here. There are tent sites right there, tucked up in the woods here, 54. And there are even sites up here. So I can only imagine when this is full of, it's in season I guess, which I think it's probably weekends and hunting season. Just speculating, maybe some locals or people who've been here before can let me know. And you go down this road for a little bit.
I know that the food truck is open from November to April, so that's probably prime time here.
Right. It has been hot, but I mean, Florida is hot. It doesn't stop people from going camping. But it does stop people from hiking and doing a lot of things outdoors because it is extremely hot in the summer. Because it's not only hot, it's hot and humid.
Snake.
Ooh, steak. Okay, well, there are a couple of people at the lake. I'm not sure where this goes. Different campsites.
So L1 to L5.
No generators. So the lake is off to our left. You can't see it because of the brush, but there's campsites along here. L1, L2, they're tucked up in there. We'll catch those on the way back. I think this is a loop. There's nothing on the right but palmettos. So typical Florida right here. There is a highway right there. You might see a vehicle going by. L4, L5. Oh, but a raccoon.
There goes a raccoon.
I think this is a campsite area. It's done. I think you're done.
It doesn't go around?
I don't think it does. I don't know. I didn't go around. There you go. Well, so you can do these nice lakeside campsites. L2, there's a peek of the lake. L1, and then we'll come back out here. You can swim in this lake. There's a bathroom. And we're going to go up and go to the right to see the rest of this little area. There we go. The swimming hole. No dogs allowed. There are folks here today, so we can't take a whole lot of pictures, but there is some nice campsites here.
7.
There's a horse out there.
6.
There you go.
There's L5.
Right now there is a fire ban, so no campfires.
L4, L3.
A little dry here in Florida. Two,
1.
one. Okay, we're going to rattle our way out of here and back to Ruff Road. Stay tuned for the wrap up. So there are camping areas off here as well, off to the right. There's all tent camping areas. They're everywhere. So that is a deer tent camping area. Group camping, I'm assuming. Family camp. I really don't know.
Yeah, they have quite a few deer, fish, bear. I don't.
Yeah, and there's another area. They do have a dump station here, even though these sites are full hookup. Woohoo!
There it is.
Right there. Don't drink the water. There's the bear camping area. Dumpsters, and there's the panther camping area. It looks like they just redid that parking lot. It looks so nice. Probably for all the kayakers, because this is a kayaking destination too.
So that was our little drive about tour of Fisheating Creek Outpost here in Palmdale, Florida, in the Lake Okeechobee area. And this park gives you that old Florida vibe feeling, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It's, oh my gosh. I'll talk about that in a minute. Because because I've been in the woods.
It is located here on Fisheating Creek, which is a river that you can kayak and fish during certain times of the year when the water levels are up. So you have to keep an eye out on water levels. Usually in the spring and summer, the water level drops and some of the river is actually dry.
The season is actually, the best time to kayak is winter, I think, to spring. I'm not sure, but just their season is basically fall to spring. We are here in May and we are considered off season.
Yes.
There's been no one here. I could not kayak very far because the water level is so far down.
Like they have a food truck that's open from November to April. So I would think that is the prime busy time here.
Yeah, they said that it pretty well cleared out around Easter.
Yes.
This year.
And I think that also coincides with hunting season because this seems to be a hunting camp also.
Their wildlife management area is right next door, and no dogs are allowed there, but they do have trails there and you can see the creek there.
Now, in addition to Fisheating Creek, they also have a lake that has a beach, a small beach, but it is a nice lake with a beach that you can go swim in.
So lake swimming, if you like, with picnic tables and grills, and there is a little vault toilet there.
They also have a camp store here, and they have a kayak and canoe rentals during the busy season. They have quite a few of them up there, so it must be fairly busy.
Yeah, this looks like a hopping place when the water levels are up. The water levels are down, they can't shuttle you or anything. I went for, I maybe made it not even a mile before I ran out of water. So.
Now this is right off of Highway 27.
Right there.
Which you can probably hear. And there's also a train track that goes beside us. As far as the campground goes, you've got A, B, C, and F loop. They're not really loops, are they?
No, they're like, it's just a big round loop with roads in between. And they have a lot of tent camping areas and tent campers. You can camp right by the lake, you can camp by the creek, or you can camp in the woods. They're everywhere.
And they have several areas for like group camping.
Yes.
If you want to have a big party of campers, go out there and camp. As far as our site goes, we have a concrete pad, we have 30-50 amp service, we have water, and we have sewer. All the RV sites are full service.
Yes.
We have a concrete patio that we're sitting on, and we have a picnic table, and we have a fire ring, but there's a burn ban in effect, so we can't use our fire ring. There's a few trees around, so it's really, really nice.
A lot of live oaks and moss hanging down. It's really beautiful.
Yes.
Spanish moss.
They have nice restrooms, and they have a nice laundry facility also.
Yeah.
And the camp store also has t-shirts and stuff like that in there you can buy.
We are sporting t-shirts.
Yep, got our Fisheating Creek
Mine
t-shirt.
says life is better at the creek, and Mr. D's
says Fisheating Creek.
Yeah, he's got a picture on the back. So
Yes.
yeah, we're don't know if we're going to be able to keep up our practice of buying a t-shirt as a where we go.
Yeah, it's a well-maintained park. It's very nice here.
Yes, grassy. It is peaceful beside the road back there, but at night, dark skies, just an absolutely beautiful campground. You can take pictures here, great for photographers, great for wildlife viewing. Again, hiking and biking, even riding around the park roads here, there's plenty of space, and you can go out and kayak for a little bit, even if it's off season.
Now, if you need to buy some supplies, you're going to have to do about a 30-minute run, 25-minute run to the Belglade or Moorhaven. There's a Walmart, and there's also a Dollar General market that you can go to, and other stores for those two. Now, like I said, we're close to Lake Okeechobee, and I believe I'm going to turn it over to her because I believe there's some hiking stuff going on around here.
If there are some things to do nearby. There are some Indian mounds, the Ortona. They're called the Ortona Indian Mounds, I do believe, that you can visit nearby. You can go to Lake Okeechobee and bike along the rim of Lake Okeechobee, or hike. The Florida Trail goes through there, and if you know me, I'm a hiker, and I've hiked a good part of the Florida Trail, and I've hiked around Lake Okeechobee three or four times. I've lost count. So you can go and check that out. Sebring is nearby, and it has restaurants and shops and all those things, as does Moorhaven. But there you can also visit Highlands Hammock State Park, another Florida state park. So internet service, here I have had no problem. It has been lightning fast, and that's using T-Mobile. Verizon's been okay too. Again, we did not even have to put up our Starlink.
Yeah.
Because we have service.
T-Mobile is lightning fast here.
Now, I was reading reviews and people have reported that service is spotty here. I've not experienced that, so I don't know if it was a different carrier that they were using or not, but just for T-Mobile, I can tell you this, for T-Mobile and Verizon, you're stellar.
Yes.
You should not have any problem.
I did a speed test and it was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I uploaded like that. Like, I cannot remember the last time that happened. So, pretty good here in the middle of nowhere. Not bad. So this is important for you to know. If you have pets, you do have to show proof of vaccination. A lot of places say that they require that. We've never been asked. This is the first time in 7 years, I believe. Maybe one other time we were ever asked to show proof of vaccinations, which we had, so we showed. And we did have to pay a $2 per dog fee, a one-time fee. Not $2 per day, but $2 one-time fee.
Yes.
For our stay here with our 2 dogs. So $4, it's worth it.
Yeah. And they give you a little like armband type thing to wrap around your dog's collar.
Yeah, so you have
in case they get lost in the park. I guess they have issues with that. They know where it goes.
Right. It shows, it has our site number. It's really not a bad idea. So if because our dogs are runners and they have escaped before, and not lately, knock on wood, but if they were to escape, well then you would want them to be able to find their way back. Can someone find them and see, okay, it's this site. So have you ever stayed anywhere here in South Florida? There are 2 Army Corps parks also in the area. It would take a minute to get there, but have you stayed there? If they're Ortona South or Ortona North,
Ortona Lock or something like that.
I'll put the names down here, but what's your favorite park in this area? Drop it in the comments and let us know.
Yes. All that being said, once again, this is Gary and Sharon, Rough Road RV Life, and we like looking at freedom. Hope to see you on the road someday. Safe travels. Take care.
Safe travels. Bye.
Bye. Like this here in Florida.